Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Maths Equation. In this video we are going to discuss practice set number 1.2 from geometry. So let's start. So this is question number 1. Now this is the first sum of the question number 1, in which triangle PQR is given and we have to find out whether this ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR or not. So how to find out that ray PM is the bisector of the angle QPR or not? Now for that purpose we have to use converse of angle bisector theorem. Now what is angle bisector theorem? The bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the opposite side in the ratio of remaining two sides. Now this is the angle bisector theorem. Now, what is converse of angle bisector theorem? Now if this ray PM divides this side QR in the ratio, suppose this is the first segment QM and MR, and if ratio of these two segments is equal to the ratio of remaining two sides, then that ray PM will be the bisector of angle QPR. So how to write the answer of that question? Look at here. So in figure, directly we can take that ratio here. Let's check out whether both ratios are equal or not. So first of all, QM upon MR is equal to, now let's put down the values over there, 3.5 upon 1.5. So this point will get cancelled and that answer will be 35 upon 15. Now so let's simplify this one. 5 3s are 15 and 5 7s are 35. That means answer will be 7 upon 3. Now look at this ratio. Now in this ratio, QM upon MR is equal to 7 upon 3. So let's check out the another ratio. Now which is the next ratio? The sides, remaining sides of the triangle PQR. So which are the remaining two sides? This QP and PR. So let's take the ratio of that sides. So PQ, QP, that means PQ is upon PR is equal to, again, 7 upon 3. So look at the first ratio and second ratio. 7 upon 3, again 7 upon 3. Therefore, what is that? QM upon MR is equal to PQ upon PR. Okay. Now both ratios are equal, and converse of angle bisector property is that if any ray divides the side, look at these two segments, if these two ratio of these two segments is equal to the ratio of remaining two sides, like this way, then this PM will be the bisector of angle QPR. So that answer will be here by converse of angle bisector theorem. Okay. Now if these two ratios are equal, then by the converse of angle bisector theorem we can say that a ray, now which ray is there? Ray PM is bisector of angle QPR. In this way we have to just check out whether that both the rays are equal to each other or not. If ratio of these two segments is equal to the ratio of remaining two sides of the triangle, then that ray will be the bisector of angle QPR. How simple is this? So let's check out next question. This is second sub question from the question number 1. Now in which again we have to find out whether this ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR or not. So let's find out, and for that purpose we have to take the ratio of these two segments, RM upon MQ, and that ratio should be equal to this PR upon PQ, like that way. So let's take that two ratios over here. So again in figure, so what is there in a figure? With the star we will write here, so that RM upon MQ is equal to 6 upon 8. So let's simplify this. So 6, 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. Now that means first ratio is 3 upon 4. So let's check out the ratio of remaining two sides. Now which are the remaining two sides? This PR upon PQ. So that means PR upon PQ is equal to, that will be 7 upon 10. Now look at these two ratio. Now we can simplify this 7 upon 10. So keep as it is and look at, compare these two ratios. Now first ratio is 3 upon 4 and second ratio is 7 upon 10. That means both ratios are not equal to each other. So we can't use that converse of angle bisector theorem. So we can write here this one, that RM upon MQ is not equal to PR upon PQ. So both ratios are not equal to each other. So therefore we can write here that answer, that ray PM is not bisector of angle QPR, in this way. How simple is this? So let's take the next question. So let's discuss third sub question from the question number 1, in which again we have to prove whether, we have to check whether this ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR or not. So let's check out that first ratio. Now in figure, now what is there in figure? We will take the ratio of these two first of all. So that QM upon MR is equal to, let's put down the values there, 3.6 upon 4. Now cancel this decimal, so it will become 36 upon 40. So let's simplify this. So 4 9s are 36 and 4 10s are 40. So that means ratio is 9 upon 10. So let's check out the second ratio of the remaining two sides. Now which are the remaining two sides? This first side PQ and PR. So PQ upon PR is equal to 9 upon 10. Now look at this, 9 upon 10. These are the length of the PQ and PR. Now first ratio is 9 upon 10 and second ratio is also 9 upon 10. Therefore we can write here that QM upon MR is equal to PQ upon PR. QM upon MR is equal to PQ upon PR. That means both the ratios are equal to each other. Therefore, by converse of angle bisector theorem, that ray PM is bisector of angle QPR. Now this is the answer. So how simple is this? How to check whether given ray is a bisector of a given angle is okay. So at that time we have to just check out ratio of these two should be equal to the ratio of remaining two sides. How simple is this? So let's move toward the next question. Now this is question number 2 from the practice set number 1.2, in which we have to prove that whether this line NM is parallel to PQ. Okay. Now in the triangle PQR, this PM is given, that is 15, NR is equal to 8, this PQ is equal to 25, this PQ is equal to 25. Okay, and PR is equal to 20. Now question is that whether this line NM is parallel to QR or not. Now to find out this NM or to show that NM is parallel to QR or not, we have to use converse of basic proportionality theorem. Now first of all we will just discuss what is meant by basic proportionality theorem. Now what is that theorem? If a line parallel to a side of a triangle intersect remaining two sides in a two distinct point, then the line divides the side in equal ratio. That means if suppose this line NM is parallel to QR, then this PN upon NR is equal to PM upon MQ. But in this case, this line NM is not parallel to the line QR. We have to show that whether that line NM is parallel to QR or not. Now we have to use the converse of basic proportionality theorem. Now what is that converse of the basic proportionality theorem? Now that converse is, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle, look at this, suppose this line divides these two sides of the triangle in equal ratio, in the equal ratio means suppose here this Pn upon Nr is equal to Pm upon Mq. Now this ratio we have to suppose if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in equal ratio, then that line will be parallel to the third side. Now which is the third side? This QR is the third side. That means we have to prove this Pn upon Nr is equal to Pm upon Mq. That means we have to take these two ratios. Okay. So for that purpose we must know all length of the all segments here. Pn is not given and this Mq is not given. So first of all we will find out that two segments. So in figure, so what is there in figure? Mind well, this point P, vertex P, this is P, N and R. These 3 points are collinear. That means P dash N dash R. Now if these 3 points are collinear, that means length of this PR is equal to the sum of these two. That means Pn plus Nr. Okay. So let's put down the values. We know the length of this PR and that is 20 is equal to Pn is not given, so keep as it is Pn plus 8. So transfer that 8 to the LHS. So that will be 20 minus 8 is equal to Pn. So that answer will be Pn is equal to 12. Okay. Now suppose this is equation number first. Now similarly we will find that length of this MQ. So similarly, now what is there similarly? Again with the star we will write P dash M dash Q. These 3 points are collinear now. So PQ is equal to PM plus MQ. So let's put down the values over there. Total PQ is 25 is equal to PM is given, that is 15 plus MQ. So transfer that 15 to the LHS. So it will become 25 minus 15 is equal to MQ. So that MQ is equal to 10. And suppose this is equation number 2. Now we can take the ratio of these two, Pn upon Nr and Pm upon Mq. So therefore, next one is, keep this as it is for our convenience. So we will take the first ratio now, this one, Pn upon Nr. So let's put down the values. Pn, look at this equation number first. Pn is equal to 12. So 12 upon 8. So let's simplify this one. Okay, so that will be 4 3s are 12 and 4 2s are 8. Now the first ratio is 3 upon 2. Let's check out the next ratio. Now which is the next ratio? This Pm upon Mq. Pm upon Mq is equal to 15 upon Mq is, look at this equation number 2, 10. So that will be 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10. Okay. So look at these two ratio. Answer of these two, 3 upon 2, 3 upon 2. So therefore, Pn upon Nr is equal to Pm upon Mq. Now both the ratios are equal to each other. Okay. And as we discussed earlier, we have to show this one, and that is the answer here. Now if a line divides, that means this line NM divides any two sides of a triangle in equal ratio, then that line is parallel to the third side. That means that is the converse of basic proportionality theorem. So we can write here now, by converse of basic proportionality theorem. By converse of basic proportionality theorem. So what will the answer? That answer is this line NM, line NM parallel segment QR, line NM parallel segment QR. In this way, easily we can solve that question number 2. How simple is this? Okay, so let's move toward the next question. So let's discuss question number 3 from the practice set number 1.2. Now what is the question? In a triangle MNP, ray NQ is the bisector of angle N. Okay, if it is a bisector, that means we have to use the angle bisector property here. Okay, now if MN is equal to 5, this PN is equal to 7 and MQ is equal to 2.5, then question is, how much is the length of this ray QP, segment QP. Okay, so by using angle bisector property, we can easily find out that QP. So let's start with the answer. So in figure, now what is there in a figure? That ray QN is bisector of angle N. That QN is the bisector of angle N. So we can write here, therefore by angle bisector theorem, angle bisector theorem or property, whatever. Angle bisector property. Now what is that angle bisector property? The bisector of an angle, look at this QN, divides opposite side of an angle of the triangle. That means we have this ratio QM MQ upon QP, that ray QN is the bisector, and this bisector divides the opposite side in the ratio of remaining two sides. Now this is the angle bisector theorem. So we have to take this ratio of these two is equal to ratio of remaining two sides. So this is angle bisector property. So MQ upon QP is equal to, now these remaining two sides, MN upon PN or NP. Okay, now this is angle bisector property. So let's put down the values in this equation. So that will be, MQ is given, that is 2.5. We have to find out this QP. So keep as it is, QP is equal to, this one is 5 upon, MN is 5 and PN is 7. Okay, so by making cross multiplication, that will be 5 into QP is equal to 2.5 into 7. So QP is equal to 2.5 into 7 upon 5. So let's simplify this one. So 5 ones are 5 and this will be 0.5. Okay, 5 5s are 25, but this is not a 25. So that answer will be a 0.5. So again we will multiply that 2.5 into 7. So that answer will be 3.5. In this way, easily we can find out the length of a segment QP. How simple is this? So let's move toward the next question. Now this is question number 3 from the practice set number 1.2. Now what is given in this question? Measures of some angles are given in figure. And question is that, then prove that AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Now this is what we have to prove here. Okay. Now what is this? AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. That means we can show these two ratios equal by using basic proportionality theorem. Now for that purpose, this line PQ should be parallel with the BC. That means we have to show first of all this PQ is a parallel to the BC. Now how to show that PQ parallel to the BC? So in figure, what is there in a figure? Look at this. Angle APQ congruent angle ABC. Look at this. APQ congruent angle ABC. And why this is so? Because 60 degree each. Okay. Now if these two angles are congruent, and we will consider this line PQ and BC, suppose like this way. Suppose these two lines are there and suppose this line is a transversal, and these two angles are corresponding angles, and if corresponding angles are congruent, then these two lines will be parallel. Now suppose this is point P is here and suppose Q is here from that figure, and here is a B and this one is a C. Suppose this is a line A and B is here, suppose. That means this is a 60 degree in figure and again 60 degree. Look at this. That means corresponding angles are congruent, and if corresponding angles are congruent, that means these two lines are parallel to each other by corresponding angle theorem. So therefore we can write here by corresponding angle theorem. Okay, corresponding angle theorem, line, which line? That line PQ parallel segment BC. Okay. Now, if any line is parallel to a side of a triangle, divides or intersect remaining two sides in a two distinct point, then the line divides those sides in equal ratio. Now, this is the basic proportionality theorem. If a line is parallel to a side of a triangle, then we can directly use, therefore, by basic proportionality theorem. Now, what is that theorem? That line will divides those sides in equal ratio. That means, therefore, AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. How simple is this? Okay, in this way easily we can solve this question number 3. So let's move toward the next question. Now this is fifth example from the practice set number 1.2. Now in which ABCD is a trapezium and segment AB parallel segment PQ parallel segment DC. If AP is equal to 15, PD is equal to 12, this QC is equal to 14, then question is that find out the length of this segment BQ. As we know that this AB parallel PQ parallel DC, that means three lines are parallel, and suppose this AD and BC are the transversal, then we know that property of three parallel lines and their transversal. Suppose these three lines are parallel to each other and these two transversals are there. Suppose, what is the property of three parallel lines and their transversal? Now what is that property? Look at here. A ratio of intercept made by three parallel lines on a transversal, that means on the first transversal, is equal to the ratio of corresponding intercept made by the same parallel lines on a second transversal. Means a ratio of these two segments is equal to the ratio of these two. These are the intercept. That means we have to take the ratio of these two intercept is equal to the ratio of these two intercept. Okay, so this is the property of three parallel lines and their transversal. So we have to use that property in this example, where AB parallel PQ parallel DC and AD and BC are the transversal. So we can write like here, segment AB parallel segment PQ parallel segment DC. Okay. And what? Suppose that line, which line? AD and line BC are transversal. Are the transversals. Therefore, by property of three parallel line three parallel line and their transversal. And their transversal. Now what is that property? Ratio of intercept made on a first transversal is equal to the ratio of intercept made on the second transversal. So we can write like here, like this. So AP upon PD is equal to BQ upon QC. Look at these two ratios. Which two ratios are here? AP upon PD is equal to BQ upon QC. So let's put down the values over there. AP is equal to 15 upon 12 is equal to BQ, we have to find out. So keep as it is BQ, and QC is 14. So by making cross multiplication, that will be 12 into BQ is equal to 15 into 14. Okay, so BQ is equal to, so that will be 15 into 14, that will be 210 upon 12. Okay, so let's simplify this one, and that answer will be BQ is equal to, simplify this one, and that answer will be 17.5. How simple is this? BQ is equal to 17.5. Ratio of these two intercept is equal to the ratio of these two intercept. That is the property of three parallel lines and their transversal. Okay, so this much is enough in this video. If you like this video, share it and subscribe my channel Maths Equation.